Hey guys, this is Alex with Cover Connections here. Today we're going to do a service call for one of our clients and one of their cameras is not working. So we're going to fix it. It's our first time on this property and thankfully the client has a wire map, so it will be much easier to identify which camera it is. First thing first, we need to find an MDF and look up at the connection. Oops, it wasn't supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be screwed on. What's going on? And then we're trying to find a cable, and thankfully there was a label. Unfortunately we cannot see, but that's fine. And yes, we can definitely see that there's no light, even though you cannot see, but you gotta trust me on that. Let's get one of the ends on the tester, because we're gonna go up on the roof and we don't want to go back and forward. And here are my favorite part of the job, stairs. Who don't like them? There we go, trying to climb over. And we're going to be trying and find, locate, and trace the cable that's actually responsible for that camera. We can see that there's a lot of cable on the floor, and it's kind of interesting setup, but who we are to judge. And hey, there's the camera. So we are going to try and see what's going on. First things first, we need to unscrew and unmount this camera to put it to another end of the tester in order for us to see what's going on. Is that the cable problem or the camera? And there we have it. We're trying to get the right bead size, and thankfully I have plenty of different ones, so it should work out just fine. One cool neat trick about this camera is that it has a safety line that holds the camera in case if I drop it. Okay, so we take apart this waterproofing, and we're gonna try and put our tester on that end to see what's going on. And we can see definitely it's not working, it's not passing, so definitely something happened to cable. And we're gonna just physically follow the line and see what could have happened. To our surprise, we see this abomination of cabling. Here we can see that they've used a indoor coupler, which we never actually use, and you can see that water damaged this piece very badly. So I think we know the problem. So next thing would be to just follow the cable, make sure there's no other break points like this. From one point it makes sense why there's a break point, because the actual cable length is at 400 feet, which is way above what the recommendation is for the Cat 5e or Cat 6. All right, so we're gonna test this end.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. It's one of those.
And it's not passing. Then I'm gonna try peel it off, and actually try to be tricky and get this waterproofed by silicone. But the problem is that it has some seams even besides the connectors, which probably get the moisture inside. Here you can see how it's shorted actually. It's pretty bad. So I'm just gonna cut the end down, in it from the outer part. Then we're gonna separate the ends. Just a normal process of making a RJ45 connector. I usually like to straighten them out. It's easier to fit into the jack, and it's more effective. And I'm most definitely gonna clean that up after myself. Here we have the end piece right here, and we're almost ready to crimp. All right, now we put the tester on, make sure it's nice and properly seated, and we see that it still does not pass for some reason. Double checking my crimping scales, and it seemed to be good, but for some reason it duplicates the 5 and 6 2 times. So from that point on, I let my client know that's cable still not passing after re-terminating, which we came to a conclusion of just replacing the whole cable and put a proper splitter. So here I'm going to take down the camera just to make sure that it works properly and there's no problem with the camera itself as well. That way, if I replace the cable, I don't have to come back third time for replacing the camera as well. Here I'm gonna tone and make sure that there's no other breakage. So now I put my tester into the tone mode, just so to double check I'm tracing and following the same cable from point A to point B. So again, we're here plugging in the camera into the switch just to make sure that when I come back, I have everything that I need. I have a cable and I have a working camera. So we don't have to make multiple trips for no reason. Hey, we see the lights on it, so that's good. Call the tech support. They were able to confirm that they can actually see the camera. It's not just working, but they can actually see it. So that's good. Yes, and this is the last piece of the puzzle to make sure that it's only a problem with the cable and not the camera. So we are now in a phase of roughing the cable. We just leave as much as possible slack on both sides, so it will be easier and less time consuming. So this is an outdoor cable. It's thicker, stiffer. I'm not really a big fan of it, but we have to use it since it's exposed so much to the sun and other weather conditions. So here we have the cable. I'm feeding it down the pipe. And one of the interesting things about this cable that it tangles 5 times more than the normal plenum cable that we use indoors. And we're gonna put this cap on so it's not gonna fly off like the last time. Perfect. So no water is gonna come in. So now I'm gonna be working on straightening the cable and attaching it to the same path that the rest of the cable is going. But I'd prefer to do the MDF portion first. Will definitely help to have a second person, but that's fine. So we didn't fully zip tie everything because we're gonna make some adjustments. After that, we're gonna feed the cable through the MDF so we can crimp it and put the tester on. So then when I'm upstairs, I can test it right away. And here we made a breakpoint where we're gonna install a proper insulated PoE extender, which not gonna only help with weatherproofing, but actually it's gonna increase the signal made by microtic. And now we're gonna connect the other part, and hey, we have a watertight connection over here. Make sure it's nice and secure. It's not that much of a trip hazard. We're gonna install the camera right now, test the angles, and make sure that client can see it online on their end. After the camera is verified and approved by the client, we are just making the this cable run nice, pretty, and it was actually a client's decision to have this much of a slack. So here we have as much cable as we can have. Put everything back together, and I'm gonna put this cover back on so it doesn't fly off like the last time. Here's successfully completed project with a happy customer. Please like and subscribe. So and I'm really passionate to hear all you guys comments how you could have done it better. Bye.